Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case it's your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can also turn on that notification bell that tells you when next I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thanks for always coming back, and I love you guys. So guys, today we are going to be doing the episode 2 of my talk series. If you have not seen the episode 1, which is where I was talking about self-confidence, I'll leave a link to that video in the description box down below. So today we are going to be talking about mental health. Drum roll. So guys, I've always wanted to talk about this topic, and I just didn't want to come here and just talk. Like, I wanted to do the research that I need to do, just so that whatever it is that I'm telling you guys is going to be coming from a place of research, experience, like whether personal or experiences of people that I've been very close with. So, and I think I've gotten the needed content for this video, and that is why I am here to talk to you guys about mental health. So as usual, I have my notebook here because I had to write a few things down just so that I'm not just talking off my mental health. This includes our emotional, physiological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, or act, and it also helps to determine how we handle stress, relate to people, and make choices. So you can see how it is very important to have a very healthy mental health, like, because it affects every aspect of your life. So if you are not okay mentally, like, every single aspect of your life is going to suffer, and that is why your mental health should be a priority. So the way I always like to do my videos when I'm doing a talk series, I always like to explain or give like case scenarios or examples so that people can relate with it, because trust me, everybody suffers issues with mental health at some point in their life. It might not be serious for some people, it might be very, very minimal. That's why some people don't take it serious. But I would like to share like case scenarios just so that you know whether at some point you have felt that way, and then I will not tell you how you can work on it. And then I also want to put this disclaimer here. I am not a medical practitioner. Like I said, I just try to do my research before I come here to talk about any. So the best thing is see a physician, right? But I'll just talk here, and then maybe when I give you case scenarios or examples of some mental health issues, you can relate with it, and then you know whether you need to seek help or not. So factors affecting mental health. We have the biological factors. That could be your genes, something wrong with the brain chemistry generally. Then sometimes it could also be there's a history of mental health issues in the family. And then the third thing is trauma, people that have gone through some form of traumatic experiences. So those are 3 major things that causes mental health issues. But I also want to explain some little things that could also cause mental health issues. So stressful life experiences, some medical conditions. Some people, it could be because they have like a terminal illness that they are dealing with, and already this is affecting everything, affecting their emotion. There are some people that suffer mental health issues because of the fact that they are suffering from some chronic diseases. It could be diabetes, it could be cancer, it could be anything, but it affects their mental health. Sometimes a lot of people go into depression. We know about postpartum depression that happens to people that have just had children. So these are mental health issues that a lot of people just sweep under the rug. Now we have people that suffer mental health issues because they are using drugs or they are taking excessive alcohol. Children that grew up in a neglected family, like nobody had their time, nobody was taking care of them. Those people grow up sometimes and they tend to have some mental health issues, like they can't trust anybody, they cannot rely on anybody, they see everybody as their enemies. These are mental health issues that we don't actually take seriously. Then previous mental health illness, like some people have suffered, like maybe because somebody had a traumatic experience and at one point suffered mental illness, there's tendency that it could happen to the person again, maybe if something similar comes up again. So I just had to break it down like that, just so that you don't think, oh, it's just 3 things that causes mental health issues. It's not just those 3 things, there are so many other factors. Right now I want to go into the signs that when you see those kind of things happening to you, or when you start to feel this kind of signs, sometimes it might not even be about you, it might be somebody around you. So this video is really not for people that actually are having mental health issues. You can actually use it for somebody else. So it's best you know these things, just so that when you find yourself in a situation where you see someone suffering these issues, you can easily pick out the issues and seek help early enough. So the warning signs: for some people, they eat too little or they eat too much. Some people, when they are stressed, you see them eating a lot. And for some people, they actually lack appetite. It is a sign of mental health issues. I didn't say disorder, I'm just saying that you don't have a healthy mental health. So now, for some people, they start to pull away. I've been in that kind of situation before, where I was isolating myself just because I was dealing with a lot of things, and I felt like if I'm around people, they will know that I was dealing with those issues, and they will start to ask questions that I didn't want to have to answer to anybody. So I started to pull away. Number 3, having low or no energy. Like sometimes you just wake up, you don't want to do anything. You are just feeling so out of it. You don't even know what to do with yourself. You don't even know how you are feeling helpless or hopeless. Like you are just in situations where you don't even know how to deal with it. People that go through this particular aspect, they are always very suicidal. Like when you feel like you just don't know what to do again, like you have tried everything you want to do, and it's like this thing just keeps coming and staring you in the face, and then you feel like there's nothing else you can do. It is a sign of mental health issues. Smoking and drinking much more than usual. I don't think I need to talk much on that. We know what happens to people that use drugs. Or fighting with family and friends. Experiencing severe mood swings. Sometimes this affects your relationships. This usually happens to women. There are some women that when they are in their period, they experience severe mood swings. Some people is postpartum depression. Trust me, it is mood swings. Sometimes those are even hormonal. Trust me, most of that comes from like it's the hormones in your body that is just reacting, and you just don't know how to deal with it. And then the next thing is you are taking it out on people around you. So if you're a man and you have your wife who just delivered, or you have your partner who just had a baby, even if it's 2 months, 3 months, some people it goes all the way to like even 9-10 months, like it's postpartum depression, and instead of taking it out on them, you should be helping them to seek help. Having persistent thoughts and memories that you can't get out of your head, like hallucinations, hearing things that are not being said, seeing things that are not there, this is a sign of mental health issues. Inability to perform daily tasks, like you wake up, you don't want to leave the house. You have children, you cannot even take care of them. You can't go to work, or you are even at work, you cannot concentrate. Things can lead to depression, can lead to anxiety, can lead to schizophrenia, can lead to addictive behaviors, eating disorders. Imagine if sometimes you don't have appetite to eat, and then at some point, the funny thing is your body will get used to it, and that's why some people will start to look very emaciated, because they are not eating. It's a disorder, and it's as a result of mental health issues. For some people, it's eating too much, and then you start to see them get fat. So connecting with others, like I said, for some people, when they start to go through issues, when they are dealing with things, they isolate themselves. That's the worst you can do for yourself at that point. You need to connect. You need to find people that would actually help you out of that situation. In one of my videos here, I think I mentioned how at some point, maybe sometimes last year, I was really feeling very depressed about the situation. I was feeling very terrible, but I discovered that the more I stayed in the house, the more I wasn't connecting with anybody, the worse I felt about it. But when I started to take the time to go out and meet people, I started to exercise, I started going to the gym, I was making friends, I started to get out of these things, and then I even met friends that even took me out of that state of mind. So you need to start to find a way to connect with others. Trust me, there are people going through worse things that you are going through, and if you start to feel, oh, I'm the only one going through this, or oh, I don't want somebody to know that this is what I'm going through, that is the beginning of depression that can lead to being suicidal. Number 2, getting physically active. I just talked about this. I started going to the gym. Usually I exercise, like I have videos, I can do it in my house, I can say, oh, this morning I'm going jogging, or this evening I'm going jogging. But the fact that I was doing it alone, there was nobody to motivate me. I wasn't getting the best of that experience. But when I started to do it with people, form groups, meet people, it helped me much better. And then because I could now talk to somebody, and then they could give me advice, they could also share their own experiences with me, that helped me much better. Then number 4, getting enough sleep. A lot of people have sleep disorders. Sleep disorder is an issue. It's an issue. I've been there. especially when you have been a mom several times and you have even forgotten what sleeping 4 hours straight looks like. There was a time of my life that every 30 minutes I'm waking up, every 1 hour I'm waking up. So even for like years, 4 years, my body was so used to that I can't actually sleep without waking up every 30 minutes. Even when I didn't have reasons to breastfeed anymore and all of that, my kids were no longer waking up like that at night. My body was just used to it. I will wake up every 1 hour or at least every 30 minutes in the course of the night. Like I wasn't sleeping well, I was stressed. But right now I'm being deliberate about my sleep. I tell myself I have alarm set on my phone of when to go to bed, when to shut down and things like that, and it's been helping me. So you need to be getting enough sleep. Too little sleep is not good for your mental health. Then developing coping skills. I have one video where I talked about how when I encounter issues, I don't run away from those issues. Even if initially I was running away, at some point I have to tell myself, okay, how do you deal with this issue? How do you cope with it? If it's something that you cannot change, what do you do about it? How can you do it that you won't let that particular issue that you are dealing with get to you? So you have to find a way to develop coping skills with things that you know you cannot handle, things you know you cannot actually change, things you cannot control. Once a month or once in 2 months, you need to check yourself. You need to have like a full body check, full body work, full blood work, test everything just to be sure that things are going fine with you. A lot of people just drop dead and then you wonder, the person seemed fine. Oh, this person has never been sick. How come? What happened? And you're so surprised, you're so shocked. It's because there are so many things in our system that we don't know. Some people, we don't eat well, we don't exercise, we don't take care of ourselves. And the fact that it's not showing doesn't mean that there's no underlying problem. And then when it comes big. I was having a discussion with somebody yesterday, and I was saying back in the day when I was much younger, I could eat anything. In fact, I wasn't eating food, I was a junkie. I eat a lot of junk foods, sugary foods, the chocolates, the ice cream, everything junk you can think of. But I never was fat. In fact, you will not see it on my body. I will eat, my stomach will be very flat. But these days, like, I have to be so concerned about everything I eat. Nothing changed in my diet, that's the funny thing. But somehow, maybe age, I don't know, I just discovered that at some point in my life, when I started to have kids, I started to grow very big. And I was wondering, it's not as if I changed my diet. These are things that I still used to eat before. What happened? And then the person now said, oh, maybe it was because all those things were just storing up in your body, and somehow maybe a change in your hormonal system just affected you somehow, and then everything just came up. So some of us, we take things that, oh, I'm not diabetic, there's no diabetes in my family, I eat a lot of sugar, nobody has died of diabetes in my family. It's waiting for you in old age. Then take good care of yourself. I always talk about this. There's no video I make that I don't talk about taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. We women especially, we are so fond of taking care of every other person. We forget ourselves in the equation. We take care of our husband, we take care of our kids, we take care of our parents, we take care of our in-laws, but we don't take care of ourselves. Trust me, when you drop dead, give your husband 2 months, another woman will pack into your house. If she does not pack into your house, she will be somewhere outside where you will go and be relieving his stress. Take care of yourself. I don't know if I said this in my last video, but there was a woman who carried everything in the house on her head. My husband cannot do without me. I have to do this. My kids cannot do without me. She died. 2 months later, her friends were so concerned about her husband. They checked up on him. Every single thing the woman did, it got somebody to do those things and was paying them to do it. And he was living his life. He was even on vacation at the time they called him. The children were being taken care of by nannies. So even if your husband does not marry another wife, he will pay people to take care of your children. The children you thought nobody could take care of, only you. He will take care of himself. Women, take care of yourself. Pay attention to the warning signs. I purposely talked about all the warning signs before this, so that just in case you think, oh, this video is not for me, I don't have mental health issues. Trust me, everybody has mental health issues at some point or the other in their life. Some people go through midlife crisis. That's when you see them making decisions that you'll be wondering, really at your age, you are making this decision. Like, so it's a mental health issue. It might be very minimal. It might even be unnoticeable. I'm the kind of person that the moment I start to feel out of it, like, you know, when you are very in tune with your body, when you start to feel funny, you would know. It's only if you are not in tune with your body. If I start to have a headache unnecessarily, I'll tell myself that means I've been overstressing myself, and then I need to take a break. And sometimes your break can be short, it could be longer. Some people, they have headache, they just take paracetamol, and then once the headache is gone, they think they are fine. But don't forget, headache is a sign and symptom of something else. That's just the headache that you are seeing, but something else is under the headache that you are not seeing. So you need to pay attention to those types of warning signs and take care of yourself. Like I said, you need to seek help if you suffer some of these things, or you are already in the extreme state where you are probably being depressed, or you are having anxiety attacks, you are having hallucinations and stuff like that. You need to seek proper medical attention. Now, for people that have people around them that are going through this, trust me, the first thing you need to do is don't isolate them, don't run away from them. You need to actually support them, and if possible, be the one to even help them to seek, because people on their own sometimes cannot do something. So you need to actually be there, be the support structure and the support system that person needs. A positive mental health helps people to actually function at their full potential. Trust me, if you don't have to deal with so much of these issues that I have mentioned, your mind is properly functional, your brain is properly functional, and then you can do things at maximum productivity level. You can cope with the stresses of life. Like I said, anything you know you cannot change directly or indirectly, why are you worrying about it? Learn to cope with it, and then you can make meaningful contributions to your community. Some of us are just living life for ourselves and our family. You are not actually making any active contribution to your community. God didn't send us to this world for ourselves alone. What is it that when you die, that people will remember you for? What is it that people will say, wow, this person, we have really lost a real. That is the reason and the purpose for which God has put us on this earth. So it's not just for yourself. Like I said, I talked about it in one of my videos where I didn't come to this world just to be a wife or to be a mother. I actually, first, I'm a person, and I have a purpose for which I have been brought into this earth. How am I going to be able to maximize the full potential of that purpose? That is always my daily goal in life. That's why when people see me do so many things and they ask me, what is the motivation? That is my motivation. How am I able to? And you cannot do all of these things if you are not sane, if you are not in your full mental capacity. So if you are watching this video today and you have suffered at one point, or you are suffering some of these things that I've talked about, it is time to seek help. It is time to do something about that situation that is bothering you so much. And I pray God will help us. I pray that things will go back to the way they are supposed to be. And I love you guys. If you feel like you need to share your experiences in the comment section below, please go ahead and share and let people learn. And if you feel there's something you can add to these things that I've talked about, please feel free to drop your contributions in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.